So, anyways, let's talk about making a rather unique reverb. So, in the olden times, we had things like this piece of garbage. Don't get one of these unless you see mine on Reverb and I'm trying to sell it, buy it. But that's not the point. The point is there's all these unique reverbs I keep seeing. I keep seeing people trying to build like a tesseract reverb. But what I would imagine they're doing is they're just building a room with more reflections. So because there's not really like any real world math for how a tesseract should sound, because they're a conceptual thing. But I was thinking, well, if they can do that, which I wasn't super impressed with a couple I seen, what if we took something we knew couldn't exist at all in the real world and tried to do a reverb with that? And that's where this thing is. Now, I have it set at kind of the more plain settings right now, but there's some more unique stuff. This is a pseudosphere reverb. For the math folks out there, I'll do something special to explain how a thing that can't exist in the real world, taking real world things and then putting it back out there through code, actually exists. But that's ridiculous right now. We're just showing things off. But anyways, if you're not one of these math nerds or people that watch 2 Blue 4, whatever that channel is, pseudosphere is the opposite of a sphere. So instead of infinite curve around any point, I'll try to do a little picture, some Google representation of it. It's from any point, it's a negative curve. So as far as that, if we apply delay lines to all of those curves and that kind of geometry, you would think, you think, oh, weird non-Euclidean math, it must be super spacey or weird. No, what it ended up being is it's almost like a spooky surf reverb almost. And the geometry on it of how the reverb falls away from where it starts, it wants to shoot off really sharply because it's a negative curve. And so I have like 50x like gain on this just to get it to come out. Might be my terrible coding, but that's the way it worked out for me. So one of the neat things about this is opposed to a normal reverb, because reverbs don't have curvature, I have a curvature control, which kind of like adds a little more body to it, I think. It's hard to tell. It has a weird perception, and I gotta be careful because something with the math in this, if I, oh, there we go, I killed it. Damn it. All right, there we go. Turn it back up. Anyways, if I get it really low, I've tried doing some safety stuff to keep the range of the knob down, or at least clamp the math in some way. But if I get it too low, it kills it. So we keep it kind of just enough where I can play with a bit of the curvature. I'm thinking I need to go back into the workshop on that, but this is kind of proof of concept anyways. I'm working on it. I come back to it back and forth, but every time I ChatGPT the math on it, it goes, well, that's not a real thing in reverb. I'm like, I know, chat, just tell me what you think about this. It gives me that weird, if you've ever played with ChatGPT, the kind of like, oh, that's a beautiful concept. It's like, no, you're just agreeing with me about my nonsense. But it has kind of gave me some ideas. Let's see. Let's get some of these other things though. Now I do have a bit of a modulation control. So on that picture I showed you, I get some swirling effect, but it's kind of imperceptible right now. In a couple other builds, it was more like pulsing. If I have it all the way up, I get a little bit of like ring mod at like the highest setting. Let's see if I can get it to kind of show off more. Oh, almost put it there. I think I had it at one point, it was influencing the feedback. That's where it had like the most like kind of wobble. Let's see, let's turn it down. Now I have a bit of, this is kind of a unique one. So I have it split into bands, and on the two highest taps on the high band, I'm using those, the difference between those, to do my kind of like green ringer thing I've been doing for the wave folding or the full wave rectification. So I get this kind of really strange green ringer effect that's based on the curvature. It was my attempt to try to get a like shimmer effect. It's totally not that, but I like it. A little more volume out of that. And then one more attempt I did to get a shimmer effect, because any kind of pitch stuff is super difficult, or at least I have no idea how to code it right. I got a detune between the two highest delay lines, so it kind of gives it a little more sparkle. Just try to get. So I'd like to do a little more explanation on it, but there's so many weird little math things that may or may not be contributing to it based on the geometry and the curvature of this thing that can't exist in the real world. See if I get it like more smeary. Anyways, that's what I'm calling V1 of this. It's almost a thing. Try to have some more pictures and like diagram flow thing. I'm still getting used to like editing a video for that. If anything, I'll give the little Google representation of a pseudosphere. Anyways, tell me what you folks think.